Hi everyone. Welcome to today's workshop. I think it's good to get started. Thank you for joining the workshop again. And today we have a very interesting use case that we'll start with. I'm assuming that all of you here are either from the HR communities or from tech backgrounds, and we are going to work on a very popular and a brand new topic, which is the agentic AI. And we'll start with like very basic things. I'll try to make it not too complicated, and I would love for you if you could do like a follow along with me. I'll share all the credentials, so just give me 1 second. I'll just share my screen. I hope my screen is visible. All right. uh just Okay, I'll just cross it out. um yeah. So once again, thank you for joining. And my name is Aharna, and I'm the developer advocate at DronaHQ. And if you have any doubt throughout the whole workshop, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Just drop in your doubts in the chat box. So once you arrive on this page, I think this is also shared in the chat as well. You can go ahead with this workshop email and the password and launch your own agent builder in case you're willing to do a follow along, or if you just want to like sit back and just view how I'm doing things just to get an idea, that also works perfectly. All right. So before starting and diving into like building our agent for today, what is basically agent and what is this agentic AI, right? So agent is basically an orchestrator. On one side of things, you have the LLMs like OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini, names you must have heard of. And on another side, there's like tools that you are connected to. So popular tools like, let's say the most common ones like Gmail, Google Calendar, and there's like Slack, there's Asana, and different kinds of tools that we use on daily basis. And these two come together in the agent so that you can instruct your agent and your agent will do things for you. Just imagine it like a human doing things for you. Like maybe you have an intern and you tell the intern, basically instruct them that you need to accomplish these things. In the same way, you also tell your agent that you have to accomplish these goals, you have this purpose, and you have to act like this with this set of guardrails, and the agent just does it perfectly. Now agent has like a few very solid things that you need to provide them. First off, it becomes the system prompt or the instructions that we will see, which basically defines the roles of the agent, the goal, what it has to do, what is its purpose as an agent, the kind of steps that it is going through one by one. These are all the information that you provide in an instruction set. Next, a very important part of the agent is the tools that I mentioned. And tools are like all of the daily tools that we use in our day-to-day life to accomplish certain tasks, right? The third one becomes the knowledge base. Knowledge base now can have different formats as well, like images, maybe PDFs, maybe links, and we'll go through them one by one. And this is just me giving an very high level overview, right? Then we also have guardrails. So there's certain areas that it's not supposed to go to. For example, if you're building a recruiting agent, you would not want that agent to answer questions about, let's say, USA or like Donald Trump, or about its taxations and all of those policies, right? So that's how you set up the guardrails, the areas that your agent is not supposed to go to or maybe decline to answer. The next becomes the triggers, and we will go further into that while we are building the agent. But triggers basically mean how you would like to, as a user, interact with them, right? So there's different multiple options. Sometimes you must have interacted with different agents through your WhatsApp, right? Through your Instagram, like those WhatsApp and Instagram businesses, or you might have interacted them with them through like a website, right? Like for today, we are going to interact with them through our playground, which is in our own agentic platform. right? And the brain of the agent becomes the LLM, and it can be different things like OpenAI, Gemini, Anthropic, and others. All right. Now, here's like a very high level breakdown of the steps that we are going to do, but it's a little bit more steps than that, to be very honest. And I have also attached the instructions which you can take a look from. And I have also mentioned the tools that we are going to use today. Now, let me just tell you that I have used the most simplest, most accessible tools that was available. And if anyone is doing like a follow along, they can also quickly attach their own tools and like get started. But in case you are from a big company which is working like ServiceNow, Workday, or Bamboo HR, or Great HR, you can also add those kind of tools. And we also discussed about the knowledge base, and the final step becomes the test, publish, and share your agent, right? Okay. Now, if we head over to our agent right here, uh, so once you click on the launch agent builder and use this email and the password, it'll bring you to this kind of platform. Or before that, maybe you will have to like input that. And once you are logged in, you will be basically here. And once you're here, on the left hand side, you'll be able to see that there's a lot of subsections which has models, knowledge bases, connectors, tools, MCPs, and there's a lot of things, right? Below, you can also view that we have tool calls and credits, and I'll go through them one by one. I'm just giving an overview. Right now, in our studio agentic platform, we do not have like any agents that we have made so far. So this is our first agent, and maybe this is your first agent too. Next, once we are ready to build our agent, you can just click on add agent, and this will open like a new agent canvas for you. All right. Now, before diving, I would like to give you a quick walkthrough of the important things for today's workshop that we are going to be using heavily. Now, this can really depend on the kind of use cases you're building on, right? So sometimes you might need MCPs, sometimes you might need connectors, sometimes you might need different tools, right? So these are all of the things that are available. If I go ahead to the models, which is basically the brain or the LLM on which the agent is built, you can see we have a list of providers that we have, and a few of them coming soon as well. Next, we also have our knowledge base, and here you can attach the knowledge base in form of PDF, in form of images, in form of links. We also have like text formats. So if I just quickly show you, you can just quickly do like add knowledge base, and I just name this docs, and this will create this knowledge base. And we'll have to like select a model. So any of the models that you have, you can just go ahead and connect, right? And okay. And once that's done, your knowledge base will be easily attached. Next, we also have connectors. So connectors, basically, if you have already built, let's say, applications on DronaHQ, you might already have some connectors available. But in case you do not have them, I have attached like a demo DB where you can like do like a dummy test. And these are all my SQL connectors. If you have like other connectors as well, sometimes we do not have all of the tools readily in our tool set, so you can just attach it through your databases or API section. And we are always updating our connector section, so anything that you might not have in the tool section, you can find that in the connector section. And otherwise, you can also import. Next, we also have tools. We will discuss this when we are building the agent. And next, if you have already used MCP or Model Context Protocol, so we have a MCP server builder. Basically, you can build your own server here and then query that in your different agentic platforms like, let's say, Claude or Windsurf, or even you can use DronaHQ as well. Guardrails we have already discussed about, and that kind of sums it up. It's pretty simple. Apart from that, you can also like monitor in case you are working with the team and you would like to monitor like your different teammates, and what are they doing. You can also like monitor and kind of the credit usage and all of those things, so you can see how many credits are consumed by each agent and what kind of tool calls they are doing, which really helps to monitor it. Next, you also have manage users, which basically becomes a part of the administrating this agentic platform. Next, you can also view our documentation. We have really broken everything down into very simple steps, and you can see that as well. Next, we also have tool calls. So, tool calls are basically the number of tools that are called while we are operating an agent. So, let's say we are asking an agent to set up introductory call for us. So, it will obviously create a meeting and then maybe call your Google Calendar and then set up a meeting there, and maybe then send reminder emails to the participants. So there only you have two tools. So these are all the tool calls that really kind of counters in here. And next, we also have credits. So right now, as you can see, we have 5,000 credits. And one tip would be to use this credits really wisely. And I think that's all about it. I think we can get started. So at first, we'll start with clicking on an add agent, and you can always refer to this page, and we have all of these things ready. So you can just copy paste the instruction. uh so give me one moment. Perfect. Okay, so let me show you a quick thing. So I have already built my onboarding agent before, so if I can just share my screen over there. mm, is I think my screen share just stopped. One sec. Yeah. Okay. So this is an onboarding agent that I have already built before like coming to the workshop, just to like test it out and stuff. So this is how it basically looks like a complete agent looks like. Here you put in all of the instructions. From here you can select the models. So for now I have selected like OpenAI, and we'll build this very from the scratch. All right. So I can head over to my agent right here. And in here, I'm going to copy paste the instruction. So here I have attached all of my instructions. From here, I have selected my model, which is like OpenAI in this case. And you can also see the credit usage with the input tokens, right? How many credits are being consumed. And I also hope that you know what is like the context window. And in case you don't, please feel free to put that down. I would love to answer that. And I'll also set my temperature and max iterations. Now, if you're not familiar with what is the temperature or the max iterations, the temperature is definitely not like sunny or maybe windy. It's not that. So, in the most simple words, the lesser the temperature, the more precise and the more accurate the agent will be. The higher the temperature, it will be more creative. So if you have, let's say, a content creating agent, you would like that agent to be highly creative so that it can like take a lot of angles and be super creative with the content that it is writing. But if you have a agent that is required to do very accurately some certain and serious task, then you would like the temperature of that agent to be as less as possible, right? So I'm going to set my temperature to zero point 0.5 only. I'm not going to change it because there's some email writing is also involved. Perfect. And next is max iterations. So max iteration basically refers to the number of times the agent will loop through the instructions. So it really depends on the amount of instructions that you have given and the amount of loop that you want the agent to go through before it delivers you a response. Okay. Next would be the knowledge base. You can add your knowledge base right here. If you have, let's say, recruiting manual or some onboarding policies that you might have. If you have a certain employee playbook that you would like to attach with the emails, you can attach that. But for now, to just make the agent more simple, I'm just going to avoid all of that. And let me quickly break it down, like the agent instructions that I have given. So at first, assuming that you're an HR, or you're from the HR team, and you already have through the ATS or through the recruiting agent, if you will, you have already categorized the employee information into a spreadsheet. So it would look something like this, right? And it would have the email address. And in case you're doing it with the resume, it'll have a lot of other details. But for now, I have only these few details that I've incorporated in my spreadsheet. Next, what it'll do is, either, let's say you just want to onboard, let's say Shreya Singh, right? So you can either start with their email. So this is the email, and the employee and the agent is going to fetch all of the employee details like name, their job role, the department that they will be onboarded to, their new manager, and their starting date, right? So these are all of the details that you can go for. But in case you want to onboard like a new employee from a very external source, you can also do that. So all of those steps you have to break it down in the instruction. And how you can do that, you can just go to any of the GPTs, like let's say Chat GPT or Gemini, and you can just ask it to provide you or compile you a system instruction for an agent that you are building, which is basically going to onboard employee instruction. And then you can share the system that you already have, and then it will just compile all of those into the system instructions that you want, which is what basically I did. That took me like 2 minutes tops. Okay. So once we have confirmed all of the employee details, then it goes to create an introductory call for us, and also at the same time sends the employee on a welcoming email, right? So when you first join a company, you will receive the welcome email ki, hey, you are welcome. Thank you for joining us. And this is your manager. This is how you can contact them. So that's what we are going to do in the first few steps. The next step, you basically do the introductory call, setting it up with the team manager, with their whole team, so that all the formalities are done there. And after that, what you're going to do is you're going to provide a task list for the newly onboarded employee. Okay, so in the first day, you do not have many of the serious tasks. You have to set up the networks, you have to set up the VPN. There's like a whole IT setup that you need to go through. um, then you have to also get into all of the like, let's say, an system delivery form. So if you need your equipments, you have to fill up that platform. And apart from that, you also, let's say you are using Asana or Notion for your task, your team is doing that, so you also need to send all of these links. So that's what a simple task list the agent is going to compile. And then this task list is going to be sent to the employee in a second email. Okay. And in the last, just to like like show you how an agent can handle all of the complicated things, I have also instructed my agent to add it to an IT master sheet, for which I'll be using the Google Sheet. And I have also arranged for it to send an email to IT, requesting them to help set up the VPN, the network access, and all of the other details. All right. So that's basically how our agent is going to work today. And next, let me show you all of the tools that I'm going to use. So at first, it is going to use, I'm going to add the Gmail. So I think it's up. Okay. You go to DronaHQ tools, and then Gmail, you can add the only toolkits that you would require. And the tip would be not to add everything, because in the free trial plans or in the other trial plans, you have a limit to add the number of tools you can add in an agent, right? So for here, I'm just going to do like a send message. Okay. Let me quickly fetch all of that. Yeah, so send email, and that's it. That's it. That's what we require for the Gmail. Next, I'm also going to connect my Google Calendar, and I'll show you how to set up your accounts as well. So for here, I'm going to just add event. So create event looks good, and that's it. Or maybe like quick add event. So these are the two tools that we'll be using. And next, we'll also be using Slack, and also we'll be using Google Sheets, right? So these are the two tools. So I can just add Google Sheets from here. And since there is adding some values and also fetching some values, so what we'll do is we'll uh, take batch get spreadsheet and append values. So just give me 1 minute. Yeah, append values to spreadsheet, and that's that. Okay. I'll also add get spreadsheet values. And next, I can also add Slack, but let's just work with these three tools for now. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my account. And I have intentionally not added my account previously so that I can show you how you can do that. It's pretty simple. So you just go to connect Google Calendar and set an account name. So I'm just going to write it as Aharna test and create that account. I'm using a test account, so I'm going to link that, and I'll select all, then continue. And as you can see, our authentication was successful. And this is like a very easy step that you can do. And if I have to like also connect Google Sheets, so I'll just do that as well. Okay, our authentication is successful. I hope so far you were all able to follow. Those of you who are following, doing a like follow along with me and building an agent. The goal of this workshop is to like have an agent by the end of this workshop, so that we are like dipping our toes into this whole agentic wave. All right. I'll just take a moment to check any questions that you have that I might answer. Okay. Okay. I do not see um, any questions, so I hope that you all are able to follow. Uh, One sec. The instructions that are shown are basically the system prompt. So let me, yeah. So this is a system prompt that I have done under 2 minutes using Chat GPT. Basically, what I've done is I have told ChatGPT these are the system that I follow. So I first send email, then this, then this, then this, and this the ChatGPT just give it the response as like step 1.1, and this is how you can do it. Like it's pretty simple. You just go ahead to like let's say if I show you just a quick one, and let's say generate. I'm just doing this let's say for a recruiting agent, generate a system prompt for agent, and then you mention your steps, like step one is this. So let's say step one is analyzing resume, and then you go like step two, step three, and you also mentioned the tools that you are using. So for example, I'm using Google Sheet and the most common set of tools, right? So if you do all of that, it'll just give you all of the system response. And I have taken it in markdown because the agent is able to understand like what is an heading, what are the pointers inside the like heading. So I have used the markdown as well. I hope that clarifies your point. Okay, I think we are good to go. And this is not the input query yet. Just to let you know, the input query is where we will go ahead in the playground and start playing around with our agent, right? Before that, I'm going to quickly do like a few small checks so that I know that my agent is going to work properly. First is, okay, this is the email ID that I'm going to use for our IT. This is the company name. And let me also attach the spreadsheet. So employee information. Okay, I need to make this like a public account. One sec, let me do a quick refresh. Okay, and I can share it. So I've already provided all of these details in the system instructions. So hopefully that helps. And I'm going to just change this since like I copied from another account. So it really becomes important that I change this one. All right, this is done. And let me, for now, kind of omit the IT section and reduce the number of steps so that it's more manageable and not too complicated. This might be the first agent that you're building, and I do not want to scare you. So let me quickly omit Slack and the IT section, but I'm going to definitely include the general notes, and these are some of the general notes that I have used. All right. Okay, this looks good. All right, perfect. Now what we're going to do is we have our Google Sheets connected, we have our Google Calendar connected as well as the Gmail. So all we need to do now is test our agent. Okay, before that, let me also show you a few things that you can also explore around is triggers. Okay, so the chat trigger is basically the trigger that we are doing in the playground. So if I just go ahead, go back, this is the chat trigger, right? And give me one moment. Oh, shoot. Just give me one moment. Let me just copy this once again. I think I deleted all of it by mistake. Sorry, my bad. Let me delete this. Okay, to general notes. All right, perfect. Okay, now we are back on track, and all right, this looks good. Okay, so what I was saying was basically this is the trigger from the chat, and we also have other triggers as well. So you can enable it from a webhook trigger. You can also have other triggers like WhatsApp, Instagram, and Messenger. So you can enable all of these triggers. So in case you already have a business that works with users and the preferred medium is already WhatsApp, you can enable that and trigger it from your WhatsApp. And same goes for all of the other Meta businesses accounts like Instagram and Messenger, right? That's a whole different trip, and I'm just not going to go into that for now. Right now, we can go back to our agent and just go ahead with the chat. So, where's the information going every time? Okay, anyways, just bear with me. Okay. Perfect. All right. I'm gonna delete only last two steps. Step 6, 7. Last three steps, 6, 7, and 8. All right. Perfect. This looks good. And now let's go to our playground and let's start typing. So let's say we want to onboard a new user or a new employee, right? Onboard a new employee. So to onboard a new employee, it's going to collect all of these details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this one, and here I'm going to write all of these. So let's say I'm going to onboard Varun Mehta, and the email address, just so that I can show you the emails, I'm going to use let's say my account email. So DronaHQ.com. The job role is, let's say, software engineer, and the department is engineering. Okay. Manager's name is, let's say, my manager's name, which is Kinjal. Uh, Perfect. And then the start date can be like, let's say, today's 8, so I can make it 10th Jan 2026. Okay. This looks good, and I'm just gonna hit send. This agent is going to confirm. So the agent goes to like a feedback loop, so that all of the details you can maybe change, modify in case they are not correct. This really fills out all of the context gaps that an agent might face in the future. Okay, so it has added. Perfect. The email has been sent as well. It has created an event as well. All right, perfect, perfect. It has also sent all of the different task list with forms. Perfect. So these were all of these steps that we wanted to go through. And now let me show you the results. So if I head over to my own Gmail, which I provided, let me show you quickly. So as you can see from the test account, we received like a welcome email, a short and sweet welcome email. Perfect. And then we are also going to receive another email in short time. Perfect. Once introductory call is all right. Go ahead, send task email. All right. So it needed a go ahead from us to send the task list as well. And now this is going to do the job. Perfect. And if we head over to the email once again, you'll see your onboarding resources, and it has linked all of these forms that I have mentioned in the instructions only, in the system instructions, right? So these are all the task lists that an employee, newly onboarded employee, has to do on his first day of job. Pretty exciting. The next is it has also created a Google Calendar event and set up a meeting with the manager and the team. So for now, let's go ahead and check out our calendar. So, okay, let me check Google Calendar. Oh, it was a Saturday. I didn't realize that we are going to onboard a new employee on Saturday. But okay, let me quickly just check. Okay, okay, okay. And let's say if I ask, provide me the link for the introductory call. And this is going to, okay. Uh, I think I did not add a certain toolkit. Let me quickly check once. So if I go ahead, and these small bugs can also like not even bugs, like these are few gaps that also can happen, but you can always add more tools. I just had to keep in mind that we should not hit our limit for the tools, which is like 10. Uh, okay. All right. So I already selected like create event. What else? Mm, create event. I think I needed to select get event as well. Uh, okay, find event, get Google Calendar. All right. This looks good. Looks good. I needed to add one more tool, which would have basically done the job, but you get the sense of what I'm trying to get at. Next, it has also added to the Google Sheet as well. So let me show you that. So if I quickly do like a refresh, uh, okay, add the details to the st- okay, yeah, this will do the job. Perfect. Append. Okay. Now, if I go ahead, and you will be able to see that our employee information has been added. Now, let's suppose this employee, we are not going to onboard anymore. We are going to onboard an employee that has already been here, right? And how we are going to treat the email IDs as the unique keys. So let's say we want to employ, okay, um, this is the most unique email ID right now I can see. So let's onboard that. Although that's not a valid email ID that I'm going to go for. So I'm just going to create a new chat here and say onboard gmail.com. Yes. Perfect. And yes, confirm. So as you can see, the task that HRs could have taken like, let's say, 1 hour or 2 hour, that can be just done in like a few minutes once your agent is completely set up and you add the right set of instructions. You end up adding the right set of tools. You have selected all of the things, like set your temperature to very for your agent to be super precise. You've also adapted to the model, and it'll do the job perfectly, and it'll just take what, like 5 minutes or less, right? So I'm not going to proceed right now, but you get the essence of it. I did not need to say all of the details about the new employee that I just onboarded, which is J at the gmail.com, right? And it just fetched automatically all of the information. And now this can, I just use all of the very simple tools that are accessible by anyone, just for the ease of this workshop. But in case you already have tools for other aspects, like let's say you have an attendance aspect, right, and you already use some other um, tools, and you have the payroll, the ITSM, you can always keep on adding. And and you can just add the tools, the right tools in the tool section, and you can add the instructions which is coherent with the previous instructions that you have already incorporated. and the agent will work really, really well. And all of this you can build in our DronaHQ's agentic platform. And yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, I would like to definitely take that up. If you have any doubts, feel free to share that. Uh, so let me quickly. Okay, so let's go over the questions. Yeah, yes, Yusuf. If you are using Great HR, that is also possible to connect in our agentic platform. And any, yeah, Gayatri, I think can take that up. Any possible workflows that you are trying out? Okay. Yes, absolutely, Nicholas. If you already have a DronaHQ application, you can also make that interact with our DronaHQ agentic platform. So if I quickly show you, connect Google Sheet to agents. Okay, perfect. I'll take these questions up. So let's say you already have an application, right? And your application is working on our not on our agentic platform, but you already have those connectors right here, right? So you can automate that application by just connecting all of the connectors, like let's say your databases or APIs, and pulling that in from the connector library. So you'll be able to see the databases that you have already incorporated, and you just click on as add them as tools, and the agent will carry on as progressed. Okay. And if you would like to get a more information on that, definitely book a like demo call with us, or get in touch with us, and we'll be happy to help you out. But yes, it is possible. Short answer. And I think there was another question on how I connected Google Sheets with my agent, right? So once you add your tool from here, so you just go ahead on DronaHQ tools, and you can add your Google Sheets from here and select the toolkits that you would need and add tools. There would be like a connect button if you have not connected already, or in case you want to connect a new one, you just click on edit option. Let me hide this one, and click on add account. And from here, you can connect your account. So if I go on and connect from auth, select, let's say, test, and create an account. And from here, you can select the account that you want to connect your agent to. So if you like, let's say for this, I'll connect just this test one only, and I'm just going to click on continue. I'll just allow Composio, and you'll see this authentication successful, which basically means that you have successfully connected your account. And in case you want to like give the specific ID, so what I usually do is at first like make this share with anyone with link, and in case you want to like do a viewer or an editor, that's completely and totally fine. After you have done this, you just copy the link from here, and you just attach it right here in the system instruction. See, system instruction is going to define your agent. It is going to define the goal, the purpose, the tools, in what order you would like them to be accessed, edited, modified, and all of those things, right? So your system instruction really becomes an hero while you're defining your agent. All right. Any other questions that I can take up? Mm. Uh, okay. If it is possible, Pranjal, you can share your screen in case it's not solved. Okay, okay, perfect, perfect. Any more questions that I would love to answer? If you have any more doubts, please feel free to like let me know. I hope that everyone here enjoyed the workshop and have an agent by the end of the workshop. And in case you are willing to like get on a call with us and see how this agentic platform could cater to your use cases and explore the capabilities of it, please feel free to book a call with us.